see the sunrise coming up in your eyes, warming up these cold black skies and chasing blues away. I could feel the summer light dancing across my skin. A minute after we were in a terrible fight. Hey! Love, what a foolish game we play, telling folks oh, okay, well we're not. Second time with my teeth, so completely we release these good vibes, energy to people on the street. She laid on the bathroom floor, but who could ever ask for more? To live our life so unsure, just to leave it conveyed. Well, love, what a foolish game we play, telling folks we're okay, we're not. Oh, I'm down with love. What if people walk their way and stop? Oh, and stop with love, 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 love. Love, don't hurt me, don't do it. Love, you don't say. What a foolish game we play. What if people walk their way and stop? Oh, they stop. All these stupid games we played, I get back on top. It's always about love. The heart in you is the same heart in me, with the same word, same blood. This much I know to be free, 'cause when we come close you understand it. When we live less demanding, never know what might happen if you keep on dancing. So never gonna stop dancing with my heart open wide, arms to the sky, and never gonna stop dancing. Oh, never gonna stop dancing with my heart open wide, arms to the sky. Never gonna stop dancing. Ooh, well, first I'm lost, then I'm found. So proud of the sky and ground. Everything inside comes out. That's what it's all about. And when we come close, you understand it. When we live a little less demanding, you never know What may you pay if you keep on dancing, yeah? Never gonna stop dancing with my heart open wide, arms to the sky, and never gonna stop dancing. Oh, yeah. Never gonna stop dancing with my heart open wide, arms to the sky, like never gonna, never. Let's take 'em to that bridge. Well, all cycles come to an end, leading into new beginnings, turn an enemy into a friend, 'cause that moonlight is really sunshine. Never gonna stop dancing with my heart open wide, arms to the sky. Never gonna stop dancing. Never gonna stop dancing with my heart open wide, arms to the sky. Never gonna stop, never gonna stop. Hey, hey. Well, never gonna stop, never stop. Never gonna stop, never stop. Never gonna stop, never gonna stop. Never stop. Never stop, never stop, never stop, never stop, never stop, never stop, never stop.
Hi, and welcome back to DBU. Thanks again for watching, and please subscribe. Today we have here in the studio for our interview Sage Hart, which are the musicians on our third episode of our DBU Ranch Back to 2-Track. So we're going to take a few minutes and get to know these guys and see what makes them tick. So Paul, tell me a little bit about your band and how you guys formed.
Well, me and James have been working together for some time now. It's been over maybe a decade that we've known each other.
It's been that long, yeah.
Wow.
We had some tremendous success in San Diego County, and yeah, so we just actually reconnected.
So you took a hiatus for a while.
Took a hiatus.
We did. You know, family and things changed things, and now we're back to hitting it hard.
Very
And,
good.
Yeah, indeed.
So, obviously, the project that we did here the other day, you guys kind of came in on short notice, and we set you up. You recorded live on the floor, and we effectively captured a live to 2-track session where what you played is what we captured. Have you guys ever had the opportunity to do a live to 2-track recording before?
As a group, maybe not.
No.
But individually, no, on my end.
I'd have to say no, not 2-track like this. No, Dusk.
Okay.
This is a very unique situation.
Yeah.
So, what was your takeaway from the experience?
I thought you did a really good job mixing it overall, considering what I was hearing in the room. It was different. I enjoyed it. The pressure was on because you have to get it right.
Yeah.
Or really close.
Yeah.
And I enjoy that. I think it brings the best out of everybody to know that you can't do it again. You have to get it right the first time. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Paul?
I loved that. I love that experience. And yeah, because you have to perform. You have to be present.
Mm-hmm.
You have to
Yeah.
handle your stuff. And you have to have really good engineer and production to be able to capture a good, right? Like, because
I agree.
yeah, so
I was impressed.
I was just going through some videos the other day, looking at, because I did some like personal video of myself, and I'm like, oh, that sounds like crap. And then I came in here and I took another video listening to the playback, and I'm like, that sounds incredible.
And it really did.
So that's the magic. So
Sure.
my experience is, you know, you really are playing for the system. You're playing for the producer, the engineer, the magic that's happening at the table, rather than it's not always your in-ears or what you think, right?
Yeah.
So showing up to that, being present, being flexible, and still going until your leg throbs and you can't move too much. That's what it's all about.
Broken leg.
So for those that are viewing, forgive me for not introducing James. James Reinhardt
Yes, sir.
was the drummer, and he's also, as has been said already, he's sort of the other half of the band. So I have a couple of questions for you, Paul. What, in your opinion, is the best record from the 1980s?
Ooh, the 80s. I was born in 83. So what I was listening to towards the end of the 80s was Paula Abdul and Michael Jackson. I would say Michael Jackson's.
Which one?
Do a Thriller on it? I don't know.
Thriller. That's fair.
That was in the 80s, right?
was.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, that was mid-80s.
It was.
What
was a
about
good one.
Prince? Prince and,
You can't go
and
wrong.
Michael Jackson.
Okay.
I still listen to.
Those are both valid statements. So
Yeah.
we're just sort of probing to figure out
I
which.
was a kid, you know.
Well, it doesn't
loved
matter.
it,
I mean,
though.
to me, in the 70s, when I grew up, I remember hearing on the radio Elton John's Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. And that record came out the year I was born.
a good one.
And it was still on the radio when I was, cognizant enough to have memory of it. So, and I actually still think of that as one of the best records from that
gosh,
particular decade. I mean,
yeah.
Elton John is a staple from that era.
Like all those classics. I remember going to sleep as a child and I would just listen to the oldies all the time.
Yeah, I did the same
Like
thing.
nonstop. Like they just constant radio on, and so it was doo-wop and Motown, and I loved it. And,
There was a lot of great records back then.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, a lot of that stuff, admittedly, it wasn't all recorded live to 2-track, but if you listen back, particularly to a lot of the Motown stuff, a lot of it was cut
They had-
live on the
yeah.
studio floor.
and that was talent. It was pure talent.
Yeah.
Like solid gold. You get in there, you have to be well rehearsed, know what you're talking about. That's
Yeah.
why I like Walk the Line too. He like comes out and they're just like, if you were in a ditch dying, like what would you say to God? And like, and I just love that energy though, because you really have to bring it
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah. Well, that is what's lost in today's music, unfortunately, is there that live connection because we have the ability to butcher stuff ad nauseum. And unfortunately, it comes at the expense of the music. So I've got another oddball question for you. What's the weirdest instrument you've ever played?
A nose flute.
No kidding.
In Hawaii, they get bamboo. My brother Kale, he gave me one, and he's like this burly, like fighter, like just sweetheart, but like a warrior dude.
Yeah.
And he's like, bro, this is for you. And he gives this bamboo, and he's like, this is how you do it. And it's just so like sensitive, blowing out of his nose. I'm
You've
like,
gotta be kidding
really?
me. You've
So I tried
got
it.
to be kidding me.
Didn't sound good. He's like, this is what we do on the islands, bro.
I have never heard of it. There you go, guys. You heard it here.
nose
I've never
flute.
heard of a nose
The
flute.
bamboo, he made it. He made it sound so, he's so
Yeah.
passionate too.
Yeah.
I do not even want to know. That's what I get for asking oddball questions.
You gotta love someone to take that gift from him.
Seriously. So another one. What is the worst gig you've ever played?
Oh, about 90% of them, I think.
All right. Well, describe one that goes down in
Worst
history
gig.
as the worst gig ever.
All right. I'd say before we even hung out,
Yeah.
I got invited to play the Kick Gas Festival. It wasn't Kick Ass, it was like Get Rid of Gas.
I see.
Modest Yahoo was playing.
Okay.
And I was at that time he was big. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, cool, man. So we're down at Qualcomm. They picked me up in a golf cart and we're driving. I'm like, oh, I can see the stage. And I'm like with my girl and I just had a newborn and we're like, no, the stage is back there. Where are you going? Well, no, you're performing over here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fucking 12 miles away on a
Yeah.
golf cart. Like, you can't even see the stage anymore. I thought I was opening for. Well, you are technically,
But not
but over
here.
here on the other side of the
Yeah.
stadium. So we get over there, and it's like there's just this little trailer,
Yeah.
like pop out venue, and it's just like this is disappointing.
You were disappointed. Yeah.
because in the moment when you,
You
get in the
thought-
golf cart.
thought-
Yeah, you think it's for real.
It's real. Like, what?
I'm gonna tell my mom. My mom, look at me, mom. doing it.
Yeah.
Well, Modest Yahoo would have been a neat guy to open
cool
for
cat.
because he's really cool. I've seen him before, and
Very
he brings it.
talented.
He totally brings it.
He does.
He's a fun guy.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. So that's one of many
Drummer's
situations.
amazing.
Well,
like
I
that where
could
you're
see that
misled.
sticking out in your memory as a really unfortunate gig. I mean,
But I was grateful, and we nailed it, and my little baby was running around in diapers, and it was a success.
Yeah.
so what's your greatest inspiration as a songwriter? What artist or music feeds you to write what you write?
Loved Elvis Presley growing up. Loved Johnny Cash. Loved Steve Tyler from Aerosmith. Brandon Boyd from Incubus. Anthony, what's his last name? Kiedis. Chili Peppers.
Okay, yeah.
So a lot of the, like, I love the deep baritone, and I remember Axl Rose. I remember one day I was walking, I skipped school and I was at my house, and we had these little stairs with like burgundy carpet, and I just around, and I was like, ah, and I like slipped and I hit like the other octave. I was like, oh, like maybe I could do something like this. And so rock and roll, man, AC/DC, you name it, Ozzy, just what inspires me is people that aren't afraid to be who they need to be, and they got something to say. Rage Against the Machine,
Yeah.
Radiohead, like it just tons of
There's
influence.
a lot of different influences
Yeah.
that you draw from.
Not just one, but I would say what inspires me as a writer is needing to put that energy somewhere. And that is the outlet. And I think after I OD'd when I was a teenager, my uncle came and he said, you got to put that somewhere. And so that became drawing, it became art, it became music. And that's where it's ever since, you know, going through my divorce, going through all this stuff. It was like, I wrote the greatest album ever this last year. And that's still what I do. I got to put it somewhere.
Yeah.
Can't just hold it in. So I think the greatest inspiration in writing is life.
Yeah.
And writing through the misery or the pain or the uncertainty or the things we don't understand.
Totally. Yeah, music is therapy in that respect. Any last things you'd like to say to the viewers and to your fans?
Yeah, absolutely. I would like to say that James is the most incredible musician I've ever met. The most
I would agree with that.
grounded, down to earth, solid,
Appreciate it.
generous, loving,
Thanks, bro.
hearted human. So you go ahead. Let's say you could say something for us.
I love being here and doing
Yeah.
this. This 2-track session was awesome. To be put under the pressure of doing it this way was really cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you guys for agreeing to come and do it. So with that being said, go ahead and plug your website or your Instagram to your fans.
So you can go to paulsagecannon.com, Cannon, Cannon. And on there you can see some of our previous work with
Yes.
Paul Cannon Band and
Right.
with Christine and Michael. And
Yes.
these exceptional album that I think we're going to tour it again.
I hope so.
I hope so.
That's the plan.
And then Iron Sage Wood was another group that I had, and so now Sage Hart is the new group, and we're making room for that. And I think this content has a nice little cozy spot on there. We're gonna put on there.
Yeah. it
So
does.
Paul Sage Cannon, Instagram, online, and this is
I'm at
James Reinhardt.
Yeah, I'm at Reinhardt Drums.
Reinhardt Drums on Instagram.
Yes, on Instagram. Yeah.
And how do you spell your last name?
RHINEHART.
And that's why we're Sage Hart.
That's right.
So that wraps our interview with Sage Hart. We appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. I encourage you to check the next episodes that are coming out. And if you haven't seen the previous ones, please do. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Until next time, thank you.